Okay, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Cancer-Free Reality Show. My name is David D, and I am taking a blow-by-blow video clips on all the different stages of this cancer process that I have to go through. It's almost like having another midlife crisis all over again, but I think I'm better with it now after the last 3 years that I've gone through. It's been hell over the last 3 years, so this is, to me, just nothing but an inconvenience and a speed bump that I have to get through. You know, this is totally, I have testicular cancer, and it's totally curable. I feel, you know, cured already, but I have to go through the motions and through the whole step. And part of that was going down to MUSC. I had to go down there a couple days ago and receive a port in my chest. I'll show you where they put it in there. Well, you can see that on the other video clips that I did, exactly what it looks like and so forth. And basically what that is it's a better way for the nurses to stick me with an IV. So basically what they'll do is take the needle and stick it into this port. It's like a, well, it's smaller than a bottle cap, but it's made out of like a special rubber that once you pull the needle out, it absorbs the hole, like it goes back, like almost like a rubber tire. If you were to puncture it and pull it out, it would just be a small, you know, a small leak or whatever. But anyway, so what they do is they put the needle in, just the port, just one time, you know, and then once that's stuck out, they can do labs with it. They can put the IV in it for drugs and things like that. So that's what the port is all about. And what they had to do was make an incision, put the device underneath my skin here, and then draw up a catheter up through my neck. That's why I got a little cut there. They pulled the catheter out and then put a needle, almost like an IV needle, into my jugular vein, and then slid the catheter in there, and then took the needle out. And it was pretty impressive. I had a Brazilian female doctor, surgeon, and she was great. You know, one thing about female surgeons is that they're very particular to detail, which is awesome. And she did a great job. I had to change the bandage the other day. Hardly tell that, you know, there was a cut there. So she did a great job. So now that that's in there, the next phase, the other thing I had to do was a pulmonary function test, a PFT test, and that tests out my lungs, my lung capacity, the force of my breathing, and a bunch of other stuff. You know, it was just absolutely nuts. The guy was, he would make a great football coach, man, because he was, he coached you along. You know, I showed you that video clip of the, well, let me show you the video clip of the breather apparatus that they. So this is the pulmonary test. So you have to breathe through this, and it comes up on the monitor right there. Amazing. Yeah, so anyway, the PFT test was quite interesting, to say the least. I mean, normally you wouldn't breathe that way, and it was just crazy. And so, you know, I was looking at the computer monitor. I saw, you know, they had a red line, green line, blue line, and you know, the live shot was the blue line of me breathing, so I could see that on the chart. It was a you know, a line graph, and and I asked him, I said, well, what's the red line You know, what is that on there for? And he says, oh, that's carbon monoxide. You mean, you know, like as in death? He said, yeah, it's definitely toxic, but we don't put too much in you that much. And the reason why we put it in is because it alleviates any gas that's within the air itself, and some scientific medical explanation, he says. But I thought that was interesting. And he says, yeah, that's why we gave you, you know, a 4-minute break to get it out of your system. So I said, yeah, that's good. Okay. So that was quite interesting, the whole ordeal, you know, him yelling to pant, 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 you know, and doing it, and the valve shuts off, and so you're actually blowing into nothing. But they wanted to measure the force of the blow. So that's all quite interesting, and you know, like I said, this is all a new adventure for me. So we're just, you know, I'm taking you along for the ride as much as I can. Now people. Anyway, so I'm just babbling on right now. The next phase, let's see, I got the port put in, had the PFT test. So actually the next thing is the treatment, and that starts in about a week from now. And that should be interesting. I'm going to be loaded up in drugs. You know, the doctor said that part of the treatments are going to make you real fatigued and may make you nauseous. He's prescribed some strong anti-nausea medicine. And so I got prescriptions for that I'm going to take to get ahead of the nausea. And I'm hoping this guy is right when he says that they're really good for those drugs, for nausea. So so I'll be going to get a prescription for that, and then I start treatment in about a week. And then it'll be a long haul from there. It'll be about 9 weeks, and hopefully, you know, I won't have any problems. You know, they said if I even have a minute fever of like 100.5, that I have to go into the emergency room, because that's a major issue for me. So I'm not looking forward to that. But hey, you know what? You take things one day at a time. That's all you can do. When life, you know, gives us this crap, then you just deal with it and you just move forward and think positive. And you know, hopefully you have faith in God, and I do. I believe that you know, He will heal me and is healing me. And but you definitely need faith. You need faith and a positive attitude to get through this. And you need people. You definitely need people. My wife is definitely, you know, outstanding in what she's doing. You know, she used to be a paramedic, so you know, she's familiar with the medical medicalese, if you will, the language that they speak. So that helps out. She's also very supportive and taking me down there and spending time and so forth. So I guess for the next 10, 12 weeks, we are definitely, our life is going to be interrupted. And but, you know, I'm going to give you a blow-by-blow, let you know what's going on. And, you know, pretty soon, I guess, my hair is going to fall out, and that's going to be terrible, because I never went with a crew cut or being bald. But, you know, I am thinking about getting a couple of sponsors and having a temporary tattoo on my head, and, you know, walking around the hospital and stuff. Maybe Johnson & Johnson, if you're listening, you know, you might be able to work something out on my bald head. So anyway, this is David D. Thanks again for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel.